Which final man that ain't got time? Shake your hand. Get that side check. Put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
I am not one of those gamers who first played Metal Gear Solid 1. It was actually 2. I, of course, went back and played 1 right after 2, but 2 still holds that, like, special spot in my heart for Metal Gear. I did, after, play almost all of them, with the exception of Metal Gear 1. I played Metal Gear Solid 1, not Metal Gear 1, and I didn't really get much into Peace Walker because I just didn't like it. I beat all the others, I enjoyed them, and now comes the time for Metal Gear Solid 5 or Venom. I don't really know which one it was going to be, but we're going to go with both. Kojima's very last Metal Gear Solid game, or Metal Gear in general. Is this a great way to send off the creator? Is it? Obviously not to Konami, because they fucking hate him. Fuck you, Konami. Don't block my video.
Which final man that ain't got time? Shake your hand. Get that side check. Put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
One of the biggest things that I was impressed by is the open world like never before. If you ever thought Metal Gear was linear, this game opens it up like none of the previous titles. I think Peace Walker kind of dipped into it, but not nearly as big as this. Yes, Metal Gear always gave you a decent sized map to kind of travel back and forth in, but this game drops you into an area, and depending on the mission you're doing, and you could truly tackle every mission with complete and utter freedom. The open world feels a lot more in common with something like Far Cry than any previous Metal Gear game. Talking about that, the collectibles and gathering are insane in this game. In previous Metal Gears, you could collect secrets and unlockables, but in this game, the idea of recruiting people, capturing outposts, destroying air radar, collecting animals, and so on and on, it's just so much fun, and it's pretty awesome. Not only that, but some of it, when you collect it, is great money-wise, but you can also, like, advance your weapons and gadgets. I mean, this idea is just a really big plus to me, because if you follow anything in the Far Cry series, you better follow the good stuff, which is basically collecting shit.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
The smoothness of the gameplay is by far the best in the series. Don't get me wrong, there's still occasional bullshit moments where Snake moves a little too much, or you're behind cover, but he won't stick to it, or the body movements feel off, but that's to be expected. Metal Gear always had the odd controls, and this one is no different. You get used to it, and that is, in this game, by far is the most accessible Metal Gear game. The best gun controls, great amount of gadgets, using buddies like Quiet or DD, he's your buddy, he's your little doggy, big ass doggy, like a wolf. Anyway, there is always awesome features that I welcome into this series. Content is insane. You'd think Metal Gear, and a lot of people go, LOL's 9-hour movie game. Yeah, well, this game is like a gigantic fuck you to all the people who ever said that. I spent 10 hours, and I wasn't even done with the first 12 missions. Between side ops and the size of the maps and the prep I take for each mission and trying to beat each mission smart, this game offers more gameplay than any other Metal Gear. This is a more gameplay-focused Metal Gear than ever before. The story is also another positive for me. It's wacky, sometimes corny, yet exciting nonetheless. I truly think Splinter Cell is the better stealth game. But as far as story, Metal Gear is hands down the best in the stealth genre for story. It's always interesting, even if you're like, what the hell is happening half the time? Big Boss, Snake, whatever you want to call him, Venom, blah blah blah, is back, and he's trying to build his base, which you know what base we're talking about, back up to and fight back against the ugliest fucking enemy to ever grace our Metal Gear lives, this fucking disgusting burnt face looking dude. I'm sorry, sometimes I don't know the name of characters. Anyway, without giving too many spoilers, you meet a lot of characters from previous games, and it kind of ends with a twist, which I'm going to move on to the bad in a second. But what I do love is kind of like this bridging the gap between this and Metal Gear 1. Now the twist. I won't name it because I'm not an asshole. but it can divide somebody's overall thoughts of the story easily. It's not completely hard to see coming. Everyone I knew, including myself, saw it coming. Still, they executed it well enough, yet I can see why some diehard fans might hate Kojima after this will be his last game, so I understand. Also, while the lands are huge, they can be kind of boring to explore sometimes, especially when you visit the same freaking areas multiple times doing very similar missions. It can get very annoying. It's fun taking out outposts, but not the same one 3 or 4 friggin' times and rescuing some random guy in the same place. It just gets kind of annoying. And the last bad I can really think of is the huge changeover from the story to gameplay ratio. This might make some older fans pretty upset. It's like when Dragon Age Origins and 2 expanded into Inquisition. I enjoyed it, but it also took me back some because it made me disconnect from the story. This game suffers the same fate there, sadly. Sometimes you go 3 or 4 missions without talking or even a cutscene, and that could be a little bit much with a series that used to provide such a rich and lengthy and in-depth story every 30 minutes to an hour. Also, Big Boss doesn't freaking talk enough.
Waits for no man that ain't got time to shake your head. Get that style check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is a special title. I love it for a lot of reasons. I thought I would never love a Metal Gear game. I really dug the concept of having buddies on your mission. I also thought the vast amount of missions will keep me playing well beyond any of the previous titles. I also enjoy the crazy wonky story of Metal Gear as always. Still, some of the vast changes might hurt some people who have been a long time fan. Having the story light and especially having Snake being silent a lot took me out of the story a few too many times that I would like, and the open lands might make some people bored when they want just small quarter espionage type missions. Still, Kojima gave us something pretty special if you ask me. We got Metal Gear Solid 1 to 4 for more of the linear type games with heavy story. We know what happens to Big Boss. Maybe we didn't need such an in-depth story of how he becomes a crazy fucking maniac, because you could kind of, put it together. But maybe not. Some people really want it. Anyway, the gameplay by far is the best in the series for me. It's the smoothest, it's the easiest to really sink hours upon hours into, and that's just the truth. So this is like the final hoorah for Kojima. So in my opinion, Metal Gear Solid 5 or Metal Gear Solid Venom, whatever you want to call it, is an amazing game. Even if there's some bumps in the road. I'm gonna give it an amazing score of 9 out of 10. Go Metal Gear.
And I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive for the day.